Good evening, gamers. Welcome to Critscast. It's gonna be some more of that Division 1 ETF2L action. It's week 6 here. My name is Ire. I'm joined by Wiethoofd on production and DuMmTm casting. We are getting the live countdown right now. We're heading into this first map Battlework. It's ETF2L Div 1 Season 36, week 6. Battleworks on Five Guys versus Boomers. Let's get into this first mid.
Yeah, let's see what happens. See both teams rolling out. Wiethoofd, aka Alex, and back going as quick as they can. Alex a little bit faster here, but going weaker forward as well, obviously. Still gets the first sticky off, trying to make the most of that one for now and sees if that will work out for them as everyone's driving to mid. But ALX, the one with the better damage actually at the end of this one, cleans up Mag Week incredibly early as well, and they just hightail it out of there.
Yeah, you lose a demo man early on this mid, you just gotta get the hell out of there. You cannot fight unless you get like an instant trade, but it's just gonna be that usual, like, Metalworks second house stem. Actually, they said that they're gonna be running in straight through Valley, they don't care. And yeah, it's just gonna be bomb coming in from Soldier. They did clean up deck, and actually Digby and Memo as well, so 3 picks down for the side. Opti being cut out, and that's an awkward 1v1.
Yeah, well, that's one loss at least, but should still be going forward quite nicely in the market. We clean up with the scratch as well. 4 down. Everyone's still waiting to spawn here. Py-bun actually cleaned up late by a pipe as well. This will be mid as well. And while ALX and Digi are spawning now, I would be surprised to see that being enough for them to keep second here. No scouts anywhere on the second point just yet. Should be pretty nice for Five Guys to try to take this into the second point with, I assume. They're not being all too quick about it. Maybe they are careful rather than playing aggressive here.
Yeah, they're a little too slow, and it is the Uber up on the side of Auto. So I do see that the sort of bombs will be coming in. A Crayon getting straight onto the combo, getting absolutely impulsed by Deca and Digby. Eskimo as well going down, so it's a bit of a beef push. Actually, they lose Opti as well, so again, another just like 3 people down pushing into second, so it looks like it'll be trying to work their way into Valley, into mid.
Yeah, they want to make work of this one, and there come the bombs in already. Digi, Decker, Alex all in deep for the force. We'll have to use some sails, but a little bit later, and that might be enough to just get the win out of this one, force everyone back out of a better Uber, and yeah, Five Guys will comply with this one. I think a soldier on the flank, chasing deep as well, Decker, making sure no one flanks them in the meantime as well, gets the other soldier out of there. Will work out just nicely for them with the better Uber, will take the point here. Not an explosive push in the slightest, obviously, with no momentum left for either team to really go anywhere just yet, until they either get some random kills or the Uber back on the field here. So people spamming, hoping for that one random chance here, and ALX will find it actually back, overextending into the lobby area, will go down, and that could be huge.
Yeah, questionable from Mac just to like take that fight without even having like heals on him. It's really odd, but pause. Oh, never mind, that's just lag. Not a pause.
Yeah, just people are pushing in fact, the opposite of a pause. They're just keeping on going with no reason to stop just yet, and probably not much more right now either. They still have picks to go, and they want to make some more work off of this one.
Yeah, this is the Scratch and Decker just kind of feeding into last. I mean, obviously trying to get onto Colette, and did get this. Actually, no, never mind, they did get the force. Didn't see that.
But they lost so many people for it, so I don't know if that was worth it in the end. 3 down right now. They will not be able to contest second. They do have the Uber afterwards, but they're keeping on losing players. ALX way too late out of the flank. They will get caught in alley, and with a demo man down as well now, this might actually be enough to just get some pressure onto mid, maybe force Auto with no much of any protection here.
Yeah, very well it could be. It will be trying to work with Valley, and yeah, it is the force onto Auto, so really well played there from the side of Boomers, and also just poor, like, retreat for the side of Boomer. Or for Five Guys, rather.
I don't know, this worked just fine. I mean, I can probably understand why they try to play forward. If you just stay forward, expecting the other team to push into you, you might just be able to get a jump on them with your Uber and clean up things quickly, but everyone was so early out of there on Five Guys, they will not be getting caught at all, and now it's their time to play. They almost have already, and they don't have reason to wait here. They just want to go in. Eskimo maybe a little bit too much, so it goes down early. Mac as well, jumping in deep, but ALX had a trap on the crate. Suddenly they're down 2, and the Uber doesn't matter too much because there's just not enough alive with this beam right now to make much happen. So Boomer's keeping this off of just really small mistakes here.
Yeah, it was just 2 for the side of Five Guys, just like pushing ahead of everyone else on the team. Even with the Uber, like if you're just extended, you're not gonna get saved by anything. So it's gonna be the soldier bombs just coming in once again from Valley, but just getting absolutely denied by the scout class. Digby and Decker do go down for that, so no push is happening just yet for them. It's going to be a repush actually in from lower. ALX goes down very early to Opti.
Oh, they will use that too. Otto had taken so much damage in the meantime while Digi and Decker got blown up, with ALX dying on top of that. Force happening. Scratch with a nice little snipe there might slow things down a little bit. Mac caught between the scout and the sniper, needs his whole team, but they are here to save them. Mac barely staying alive, Opti making sure no one recontests either. And that could have been a lot worse if just one more shot came out of Scratch there, but it will just about go well here for Five Guys playing fast, and they keep the Uber up with this as well as still having the opportunity to play before the spawns even come in. They don't have to deal with the forward spawns at all with this one.
Yeah, but I obviously didn't expect the push to go in with Scratch on stamp. I probably thought it was just going to be a stalemate situation, but as that is going to be Boomers just again, as this thing has been going, trying to muscle way in through Valley. Digby tried to find the head of Khalid, but nothing really being found. Opti and Af go down here. It's ALX just absolutely doing work on second. Deca does lose his life for it, but there's no positioning for Five Guys here. Just Crayon all on his lonesome and lower, gonna probably try to find something onto Otto.
Well, he like might be knows where he is.
Instantly.
Yeah. Like there's so many people around him, they're not gonna let that happen just yet. Scratch trying, or Py-bun even, sorry, he's trying to chase all the way deep into alley, but similarly so gets just spotted out by everybody, does not dare to fight much more. Things will slow down here a little bit, both teams have full Uber, and with it still being an even scoreline, it's like no one's game to lose just yet. Neither team with like the big incentive to try to make the hero play, but still enough reason for Eskimo and for the second soldier to fly in as well, with Opti trying to sneak past. None of the soldiers succeeding yet. Opti tries to sneak through, but everyone's just body blocking the doorway, making sure no one gets through at all. 2 picks out of this one could be really, really good for the side of Boomers now.
Yeah, it's just kind of a classic Metalworks stalemate. I guess the Five Guys just trying to go in for a double stack and see what they can find. And Otto actually drops them back. I don't know if that was a trap.
It must have been. Yeah, that was just like well in the corner there by the alley. It will go down, and now it's just a matter of the counter-attacks coming in. Everyone just out for blood. They will get enough damage finally onto everyone involving the medic as well to get the force up, but they will all die for it as well. They won't have to deal with the Uber coming into last, but they will not have anything on mid, and they certainly will lose second off of this on top of that.
The control point is being contested.
Yeah, that I didn't catch exactly where that was from Mac, but really well played on the trap. And again, maybe just a bit of unfamiliarity with Metalworks going on. Like, there's a ton of little cheeky props and corners you can hide those traps in. But this is going to be the last push coming straight in. Already so much cap time for Five Guys, but losing 2, you'd think they have to back out here, cut their losses.
Yeah, they just wanted to cap point and win the round, but people spawned too quick to make that happen. So Opti and Eskimo were just too far ahead of the team for this to work. That being said, they still have someone in the back lines trying to maybe back and maybe sneak to the medic while the cap on second is starting. They're giving space up here, but the soldier is on point and no one even needs to block at all.
I thought Digby was going to go back for it, but just kind of stood there. I don't know if he just gave up all hope, but yeah, the cap time, like trying to rush in for the cap time on Metalworks can be really effective just because the last point is actually really like walled off from spawns, so the spawns can be really easily like delayed and stuffed on these last pushes, so it's really intent on, in the end, Crayon is just able to clean up for the first round to Five Guys.
Yeah, really well played there, getting themselves up 1 into the second third of the game, more or less, as the mid-fight starts off with some damage thrown around. Decker trying to sneak through aggressively, but not much happening just yet. Digi getting spotted out as well, but even the first frag to go. Everyone on Five Guys just on the point, looking for damage, and people will comply, go in on them, look for anything they can. Getting Crayon, getting Mac, not much else just yet, going down themselves 3-2. Eskimo sneaking up from the backlines as well. Misses the air shot. That was incredibly weak. It will go down eventually, and it's just the medic left alive here. Everyone's just stuffing point. Actually works surprisingly well for Five Guys.
Yeah, Otto nearly actually lived there that whole time. Like, hit some really crisp surfs, but in the end just kill binding and still ending up on a later spawn wave than the rest of his team, so
yeah, that's really unfortunate. This will be a huge ad for Call 8. However, it's crits quick on Auto. If they live this for a little bit, they might have the sneaky crits to just like explode with an aggressive play onto them and keep up the pace to make it back to another round, but they need to hold this first. Looks like they actually don't want to do that. Never mind, they switched up pretty quickly. Hesitance is never a good sign. This is not much Uber they lose here, but it might also not matter if this Uber is just good for Five Guys.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Uber is going to come in through that right-hand door. Gun going down very quickly to Beaver, and it's a fair bit of point pressure. Already halfway capped. It's just even really trying to muscle Mac away from it, but he does go down to the stickies. And it's 2 for 3, so they're not out. Yeah, only Mac left alive now. They're already so far out of this last.
Yeah, I've just delayed everybody to slow them down a bit so that Collate can live Mac with him too, so they're building at least the entire time. But fact of the matter is, auto lift all this, and looks like the hesitance on the Medigun switching won't matter in the end. They will be able to lift this just fine, and maybe not have quite yet, but it's not too much. They lost on that one to the point where they will probably not just try and use this anyway. They already starting to get in position towards mid through alley and trying to take some space here. People still on mid, not wanting to give this up though.
Yeah, Opti's on the sniper, they're gonna try to click some heads, and Crayon is also in a very sneaky spot on top of the lights above house. I thought that was Ben, but whatever.
Alert. The control point.
He's gonna bomb straight in onto Otto. One rocket, but not two. Just beefing a little bit, but no harm, no foul. I suppose it will be the way of boomers, but Uber's now even, of course.
Yeah, let's see how much they can keep this going. The Ubers are even, like you said, but they're not going to stop them with the players not even. They want to get something going here. They need to. The game is currently not in their favor with the scoreline, even if not by much. Sooner or later this round needs to happen, and this is at least some opportunity here. So damage is being thrown into second, but no one's daring to commit just yet. ALX, the most forward player, just throwing sticks over, but in the end I don't think they're actually going to commit to this too much, and that's all in Five Guys' benefit here. They're just happily wasting some time to get players up, and only now Decker's jumping in.
Decker did manage to find Opti, but just traded out 1-for-1. It's really, you can't really commit to the second push on Metalworks with on only one player out, because it's, you either have to walk through house and take a ton of spam, or take a really long walk through valley. At that point the spawner's already almost there, so you really need to get like a couple kills to even try to push it. And yeah, as I say that, they do try to just maybe force their way in through house, and again just shut down by the spam. You're walking your whole team through a tiny little doorway.
Yeah, I mean, needless to say, that makes people a little bit careful about trying to approach this, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. A little bit of a flank play by Eskimo, just looking where they are. They are still around the corner. He is playing close, trying to get the damage back in there, trying to take the long walk, it seems, to see if they can get the damage in. Decker leading the charge for the rest of the team and getting some space, but clearly Collie still has the cancel through if they need to, and they will fairly quickly there.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit better from Otto, not really flashing a lot either, but not much coming of it. Eskimo and Crayon going down only for Deca and Eskimo. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be return to status quo. As I said that, actually, no, I didn't realize Opti gets Otto.
Yeah, Opti went all the way deep into mid, the long way around. Everyone was at Valley, and he just went through the choke area, the lobby area, whatever we call it, to get the quick way in there. No one saw it coming. He's just somehow in behind there. Gets the kill on the medic. Scratch going down as well, trying to sneak up on F there. Will go down. They just have to be careful right now not to get caught the same way Otto just did, and they should be having mid, if not more than that, in their hands as well. But the bomb's obviously trying to change this. Digi just trying to fake him out a little bit. But Decker is exactly hiding where Digi used to be, so this should be all fine and dandy. Now they still check for the second try, but it doesn't matter. Decker hits those anyway. Both him and Digi going down for it, but the med kill is worth it.
Yeah, I mean, that was a massive, like, giga brain play from Digby and Deca to jump away from crates. It's just like, oh, why would there be another soldier there? You'd never expect that.
Yeah, that was not just fine for them. They can just keep trying and trying, but without a medic, they need to be very quick on this one. They're all flooding into second here. Scout on the medic, this could be just it, what they need. Opti misses shots and Auto hits the saw. Will be the kill onto the French scout, and that's the last thing they wanted to see. It was already this head, and now it's just even worse of one.
Yeah, only Mac living to tell the tale. Just made move with Colite in house, set a cheeky trap, and back all the way out to second.
Yeah, they can just pray this trap works here, because surely the side of Boomers will take the opportunity very quickly here to push forward. Still stuck in the mid-cap, obviously, but that can't waste too much time, and it won't change enough about either situation. They slowly start going forward, just waiting for the last spawn. That is Scratch connecting with them on mid to try to take this forward and see what their approach will be as the Uber is slowly but surely coming into second.
Yeah, it's a classic Uber advantage push, just coming straight in through lower, and Five Guys want none of that, as they are going to get the force actually onto Otto, so they, with the super getting popped out, they're just going to have to charge all the way through last. Colite isn't up on it quite yet, but fairly well positioned. But they do lose Mac and Opti to that Uber, so it's a complete
They're just rotating
failure,
all the way behind them, though. They're going all the way deep to just block the second cap while they're getting Uber to get this Uber in the first place, and that means no one with players in behind will do anything, but the Uber doesn't catch anyone. Collate uses on Eskimo, but there's nothing to catch. Everyone's on last. And the big brain play might have gotten him this Uber, but it didn't do anything once it was out.
Yeah, but I mean, really good job from Bruce to clean up all of the other frags before the Uber could come out from Collate. And it's no medical in this last push. Opti is up on the Pudis, and Jigby goes down to Macrosh. This could be a bit of a beef. But yeah, no, they're cleaning up now. Opti, F, Crayon, go down. You'd think it should be a cap. Eskimo's trying to do what he can, but it'll just be scratching the demo man to clean up that first round for Boomers, 1-1.
Yeah, that was really messy back and forth there towards second, with the block obviously coming in for 5 guys, but despite the Uber being able to come out in time, they're not getting pushed before that, like, before they could die or something, before the Uber came up. They didn't manage to catch anything with it, so them saving themselves from the Uber beforehand just unfortunately didn't matter enough, and we'll still lose them in the round here, and it's halftime, still a tight game, or rather a tight game again. We're in for an interesting one.
Yeah, it's going to be really fast soldier position taken from Eskimo, but not finding much of anything with it. Actually, nearly goes down for his troubles. But Digby maybe trying to trace a little too much, get cleaned up by Af. And they're losing Alex as well. This has to be a mid-over for Boomers. Just maybe some suicides onto Collade for Beaver. Not going to find much of anything. And they're all the way out to last.
Yeah, they're just hightailing it out of there. Luckily, somehow Crayon didn't find them. He was already well on second while they're backing off, but I think he just gambled on them being Valley, not the other side. Took the wrong bet there, didn't find anyone. And the Medic lives with that, which is a little bit problematic. Still, they get mid, they get second, they still have a shot at making a play on last, but it won't obviously be quite as good. Still, taking medicine to the outnets, the soldiers trying to fly in, get some damage in, but Autos just add spawn, and all they get is scratch in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, it's an attempt just to try and make something happen, but this attack does go down as well, so it's probably not going to be a repush out for the side of Bloomers. Just going to set up that gun with Weaver on the right side. Pretty typical position. They could also move it under the bridge, which, when you are like hard holding last, is something I'm a fan of, even if it is something that makes this last very boring to watch.
Well, one thing is for sure, this is not looking like the game their last scoreline on 5 suggested. Boomers is making them work for it as much as they're still currently in slightly better position. Certainly not winning just yet. Need to have a little bit more here. Still plenty time to make that happen, obviously, to bring this back to a 2-1 scoreline, but at the moment struggling to really get anyone in. Last play obviously not successful. Just finally starting to prod forward again. All the stickies just forward outside lobby, trying to just like give them a little bit more space to work with, but they have so much more to worry about. There's still a gun, there's everyone who's holding close and not trying to let them get in. They will find some damage. Otto's so weak, and the final rocket will connect just about, and Crayon gets the drop out of this one.
Yeah, Otto just not believing Crayon, maybe just telling him off for that, maybe proving he should be in Prem, I don't know, something like that. But there are NG crits forward, so that's always exciting to see. It will be the oop coming out Nano if he even gets absolutely launched. Give him some credit though, he did try, and yeah, they just tried to push into Collade despite him having that Uber and just get absolutely mulched for it. That's 3 down, that's really bad situation for them being. Digby goes down nearly instantly, and oh my god, Alex gets the double pipe. Now valiant attempt, but Collade not being able to just cap it out.
Yeah, ALX and DGB tried to save this as much as they could, but I mean, with 3 going in and down for that matter, 4 of 4, so you're just stuck with so little to work with on last, and there's no way 5 guys is going to let this one get away from them, clean up the last few kills nicely while stacking the point. Will be around for 5 guys finally back in the lead. They weren't out of the lead for too long, but it is still a little bit dangerous here. We're heading towards the final third of the game, and it's still only a 1-round differential here.
Definitely. Alex actually a bit lower than that going into this mid. This is going to be typical soldier bomb and spam being exchanged. Nothing much really happening quite yet. It's a lot of really good positioning as Update does go down, and Collade as well to Beaver, just on an absolute tear this mid. It's nearly a wipe for the side of 5 guys, and you know, it is more than enough time for them to pull ahead on Boomers, so they gotta make sure not to let this game slip through their hands potentially.
Yeah, but Boomers on the other hand really needs to get the ball rolling here. They can't afford this round not to just be scored off of this Uber ad right now. They don't have that much time anymore. Still 10 minutes, I mean, they can at least afford to beef this. It's not quite crunch time just yet, but why bother getting there if you can just get out of at least the losing scoreline early and just get something on the board. So let's see, they have to deal with quite a bit here though. Sniper and gun already on last as the Uber comes in from left side.
Yeah, interesting gun position, just putting it right next to the door, but it's no Uber up yet from Collade, so it's just scratched. No one's actually really gone down yet. As I say, that demo does go down on the push in. It's on Beaver and Deca. Only trading out for Opti and Eskimo, and the Putis is on the point, so it's nothing gonna be found here for Digby, and I'm just gonna hightail it up to mid.
That was really unfortunate too, because they had everyone stuck at spawn for so long, just zero cap time. No one took care of the stickies, no scout, no soldier. It was just Auto looking at the point, wishing he could step on it without dying immediately. But there's nothing the Soul Medic can do there. That was just on anyone else to help him out there. And it will just not work out for them, and in fact it will just put all of this on its head again, with now Collate having huge ad out of last into second and straight into mid, I would assume as well, actually using it quite early to get Mac Bomb in all the way deep.
Yeah, Beaver was actually in the forwards there as well, just to try and maybe find something cheeky, but really good job from Boomers, just not to get caught out at all by the Uber. Deca is in lower, gonna just flank in through house, maybe see if we can find it. I'm not sure if they are actually aware.
It doesn't look like it. No one's like really actively checking behind, so all they really have is just the fact that there's a guy behind. They need to play into him at all. Now
he is aware.
Finally, but how much will it matter when the medic is down? Eskimo just by himself jumps the medic, only one scout with him, and that's just easy cleanup for the soldier there.
Yeah, off DNF as well, picking up frags onto this bit. That was a great bomb bin from soldier, but it's just scratching Digby up. Maybe gonna try to find Collade?
He's looking for something at least. He's sneaking about. Finally finds himself behind. Collade looked back though. Collade saw that one coming, and well, maybe Scratch can lift this. There's luckily another way out the flank here. It is just a little bit more convenient for him to take. So man will live. How much will that matter though with this much disadvantage stuck on their own last?
I mean, it could be something interesting. Scratch onto that sniper, gonna try to maybe find the hero shot on the entry, but if this one does all, they are just going to pop straight on in. Is gun up from Beaver in the standard spot on right behind the crates. Nothing too unusual coming after this, but fair bit of time already wasted. Auto's on 70. This is kiteable. The gun goes down nearly instantly for Mac, and it's point being played nearly instantly. Mac is just on the point with Soldier, so they're gonna have to collapse onto this very, very quickly if they want, but they're getting absolutely mulched on the point. Five guys doing a great job playing this cap pusher, and it's gonna be a third round for them.
That was a really nice air shot. I don't even know if it was Eskimo or Crane, but one of them just jumped the DuMmTm while the point was being played, and as much as ALX wanted to shoot sticks on point, he had to deal with the guy in his face, and they just snuck back on point exactly at that moment to capitalize. I don't think he even died before the round was over. It didn't matter. He couldn't deal with point while being jumped, and that gives blue team one more round. 5 guys up 2 rounds ahead of their opponents with only 7 more minutes left to play.
Yeah, I think it is possible still for Boomers, but the way Fuck has been playing, I wouldn't really chalk it up to them at this point. Who knows, crazier things have happened. As F goes down nearly instantly on this mid. Otto is just getting jumped by Crayon though. He's a little too far forward for his own good, perhaps. So mid should be won at I say that. Yeah, no. Mid should definitely be won by well, no, they're all just feeding for Collade.
I mean, understandably so. They really want the med kill here. Opti was still with him and delays this for long enough that no one gets past him at all. Crayon in the backlines, jumping around, trying to get some kills, getting ALX at some point at the very end of this one to just get one more kill. And suddenly, there's just nothing left alive anymore. The people chasing the med not succeeding, as well as Crayon getting one more in the backlines, might just actually long-term win this. Deca gets spotted as well, caught by Crayon's rockets, couldn't get out the corner there. And look at that, Opti and Crayon just about saved this.
I mean, yeah, it was, despite Auto going down, it was still going to be a mid-1 for Boomers, but they're just a little too maybe overzealous trying to find Collade. Understandably so, but, you can hold the mid, you can try to make something work once you actually have your players in, but that's not gonna matter. It's an Uber popped in onto bridge very early on, actually getting stuffed a fair amount, so no frags found with the Uber, as Auto's gonna be coming in there with the 60% ad. Just gonna try to recap second, as Af actually goes down to a trap as well. So, Beaver and Crayon trade on the flank. It's not much going on. Opti wins, actually does win a fight in second. Maybe gonna try to find something cheeky. But Digby and Scratch is gonna clean him up instantly. And 5 guys, they're out to mid.
Yeah, there's still some hope left here for the sort of Boomers, and a lot of it depends on this Uber right now. If they even want to get it even close to a one-round difference again, this one has to carry them all the way to last year, and obviously 5 guys on mid trying to make something about that. Having this sort of Eskimo the only one committing in the end, gets one rocket, but Auto surfing around will live that just fine. Kern with some more damage, but nothing to find there for this soldier. Will have to leave as well. This will be a mid-fight, mid-cap for the red team, but not enough advantage to really make much happen in the second. They do have one player ad. Question is if that's enough for them to dare, and at this point they don't have much time to even question that, I don't think.
And yeah, it is Uber straight into her house, but again, it's so easy to kite this. It's a much better Uber for the side of 5 guys, finding Deca, Beaver, and Digby with it, so auto catch point, yeah, it's a wipe for Boomers. Absolute collapse.
Yeah, just a complete cleanup there. This should be, I mean, it's not curtains just yet, but it's going to be so hard to recover from, because amidst the lost cause, they will get some forwards. 1 foot max already there to try to take advantage of that. They will not quite die to it, but it just confirms the fact that the second point is lost as well. They just have to fall back to last, and at this point, they hardly even need to push this. They just need to stay here for a while, and I don't even think they're going to do that. They have so much advantage. Why would they?
Yeah, things are really bleak for the Boomers at this point. We just thinking about the next map, thinking about Gully Wash, but as I say that, we do have Deca again in a little cheeky spot all the way up on the light above last. Maybe gonna try to just, you know, get a frag movie clip. Scratch also on the sniper. Could be something. Collide's taking his sweet time about it, but still 50 odds, so no big deal. As it's gonna be Uber straight in from right onto Af. No gun in the typical spot, you would think. Digby goes down nearly instantly, and that's soldiers, they can't bump the point. This Kudus is almost too slow to stop it at all. As the red team are just getting absolutely mulched, having to stop point at all means necessary. But it's the 4th round, 4-5 guys. This
and
game
with
is
3 minutes
secured.
left, that should be good to go. Yeah, Opti just securing the last kill there with the Boston Basher for his 5k, and I mean, it's not quite over yet, but this has to go so perfect for Boomers right now. It is virtually impossible, but who knows, maybe they still have some hope left in them. Maybe they really just press the turbo button here and find a way through this mid-fight.
Maybe even then, you do want to maybe get off to a highlight at the end, just try to get your morale up, keep your mental for the second map of Gully Wash. You gotta think they are thinking about that second map at this point. Deca is just in the sky, he's no clipping around. Finds a really nice pump onto Mac, the sink, but it's not gonna matter much as everyone else in his team just crumbled on this mid. Alex with maybe Constellation and Ice Pipe onto Crayon, but it's not gonna mean much.
Yeah, that's gonna be a full wipe on mid with barely 2 people dying. Point cleaned up quickly here, and as little hope as there was before this round even started, it's all crushed as this mid fight ends, as mid gets capped for the blue team, second gets capped for them as well, and much like we've seen just a minute ago, all the reasons to just go forward now, especially now that there's even not a risk at all involved with just failing this push. They can just try and see what works for them here and just hope for the best. Let's see what they're gonna try here with 2 minutes left. Probably not likely to bring this to Mercy Roll at this point, but they're gonna just go in for the culture.
Yeah, again, the Uber we've seen basically every single last push this whole time. Uber straight in through right. Deca is behind them, so maybe finding something. Just hit the airshot on the scout. But it's just being turned back and forth. It's only Scratch left.
Crayon misses the airshot, but he hits the escape plan kill, and isn't that all that matters? 5-1 scoreline for 5 guys, and 1 more round to go to just end this round, or this map a little bit early, unless Boomers have something to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, 90-second round on Metalworks would be pretty surprising, so we're probably just going to see some classic garbage time coming out. I'm surprised we don't see any off classes with some of the players in the server, but, you know, maybe just taking it seriously till the end.
Well, at the very least, it would save you a minute or something like that if you just end it early, but looks like 5 guys have to deal with all of the red team just playing aggressive. They don't want to stand early, they want to get a round win out of this one. For now, not looking like it. Eskimo gets a jump on the medic. F seeks past to clean up 2 for the price of 1. Juggled around by DGB, but DGB stuck between 3 people as the last survivor will fall as well, just like that. And it's once again a wipe, not as bad as the ones before, but a wipe nonetheless. And 50 seconds left, it's hard to recover from this now, for like any round at all.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a mercy roll unless we just see them not leave spawn on the side of Boomers, but they have done that, so, you know, step 1 complete on the last hold. and they're probably just gonna final tech. I mean, this is solidly garbage time, there's not really much to say.
Yeah, both teams just ending the map off strong for themselves, I suppose, and just trying to get something going. Decker and Digi on the flank, certainly surprising the rest of the flank. Scratch with a nice little snipe as well. Getting the morale up maybe just a little bit, but ultimately it's just 20 seconds, 15 seconds left at this point. Eske with the jump on the medic, good damage. Needs some help though for more cleanup. Crayon decides, however, I'm gonna jump something completely different, and in the end, all of them two combined just get one kill between the two and will not succeed in the slightest, but it doesn't matter. They already won the map here for 3 points on the table. It's now sitting at 24, still on second. That's not going to change this week as well. I would say it's like a 9-point difference between first and second, so it's just a matter of closing the gap there as much as possible, and 3 points sure help with that.
But it's going to play a huge role in them securing that second place, and they're halfway there. So we're going to see if they can maybe pick up another 3 on Gully Wash, or if Boomers can maybe reform, figure out what's going on, and just clean up their game. Yeah, we say that is going to be the first play coming out, ETF2L Division 1, Season 36, Week number 6. It's the second map here, CP Gully Wash between Five Guys Live and the Boomers. We're getting into this first mid. And Otto goes down nearly instantly to a hype from Mac in Big Door.
Oh,
doesn't
no.
even get a chance, he's out of this game already. And Mac as well just cleaning up Deca. Scratch goes down. What a start.
Yeah, everyone just tries to rush this over point, but it just gets caught by all the same damage as well. No way out for Alex as well, auto spawn, but all by himself. No Uber building right now, Collate. Not even connected on the beam right now, just waiting for someone to come to him instead, but it doesn't matter, they have so much advantage, and Mac already trying to spawn tab last. Auto sees it though, so no one's falling for it.
Yeah, Mac is hungry, he wants this burger. Yeah. But nothing found, just, you know, he has eyes and ears on Auto, so he's not getting caught up to the trap, and it's that Gully Wash last hold. I mentioned that they could have some sort of a gimmick, but it's only Scratch on Sniper, Beaver on the Heavy right now. You know, this is a map where you can see a lot of pyros, engines coming in, but it's super straight up from Shutter. Mac finds Auto again. Just, maybe Mac just has Auto's thumper right now. Deca just managed to find AF on this Uber, so it's just trying to trade it back and forth. 3 down for 5 guys. Eskimo's on the point though, no one's stopping him.
Everyone was fighting in secret at one point, I think, and that's where all the frags happened. And eventually Eskimo just said, why are we not playing point? Just jumps onto that and it just works, and despite going down so many numbers, suddenly they're up 1 in less than 2 minutes even.
Alright, maybe we can have an actual round this time. Mac, maybe gonna try to find Auto again? You know what, just say, hey, you know what, I've got your number, I've got all that damage, and he's down, not below 100, so no Miracle Pipes quite yet. Eskimo's straight in onto Auto though, so actually just not managing to find the frag though, gets out. All the way into choke, actually Crayon finds Auto in the end, Scratch Beef and Deca go down. It's another mid very decisively the way. Digby actually just managed to find Collade. Didn't see that.
Do they have like beef with Auto? Why are they trying to cyberbully him so much? Everyone on mid is just focusing it back with the spam. Second bomb by Eskimo, and Crayon just waiting for him to choke the moment he actually gets to any position at all. Nowhere to go for Auto that is safe, and it feels like everyone else is just bystanders waiting for their medic to die. No one's getting like any aggression going at any point for the side of Boomers, and at this point it's much like to try something else about this. However, they do get Collate, so it's not quite just idle bystanding to watch their medic die, but Crayon's already on last. Maybe they have to watch this happen.
Yeah, Auto is getting absolutely sad zoned in this game, but yeah, it's not quite a role. Crayon just not respecting, not thinking they have eyes and ears, but they did manage to find him in the end, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. Mac actually went down to that as well, so it could have been very sketchy had he not gone for the back cap and kind of drawn everyone back and delayed, so well played from him in the end, if it doesn't find anything. Crayon came up Spy, I'm assuming he's just checking.
No, he's committing
to
this.
Oh no, he's out of spawn.
Crayon plays every class, so obviously he's also going to play Spy with that. And with the last sword being put on hold for now by Boomers, they need something else to get in here. So Boomers managing to stop them from now. How much can they stop this Spy play is a different question. Gun getting built, sentry up on last as well. A lot of things to take in there for the Spy to call for the team, where things are, how things are going, and how he can manage to do something as well, but preferably, obviously, wants to distract him. They're trying to enact from River and Opti going under point. On the medic misses
he's decloaked, he's whipped! He's whipped it so much! Oh!
To keep the shutter door, just to taunt him.
Yeah, Opti goes down trying to distract maybe as well. Crayon is still alive, technically. You could see something still from him.
At worst,
the
you can
first
just play
time from
point as well.
Kool-Aid as
Never
well.
mind, he walks into Py-bun and doesn't even realize.
Yeah,
There we go.
Bit of a beef on the last push there from Five Guys. Kool-Aid got forced up in the river. I didn't even see how that happened, but yeah, with Deca finding Crayon, you'd think this has to be a push out for Boomers. They're
They
just
have
gonna try to
not
work
much
it
to
in
lose
through
here. They
river.
just need to, if they use like somewhat productive, namely as close to them as possible to get some kills. Eskimo still jumping through
Half
for an
straight
attempt there.
through wood, finds the injury, actually wins the 1v1, but there's still a gun on last, so it's not going to be any backups you'd have to think, but this is going to be a thorn in their side in Big Door, and actually Otto didn't have to pop on there on that repush, so
But they also
it's
haven't pushed
still a
yet.
fairly good situation.
The
Yeah,
backup threat is just forcing them back by itself. They didn't actually commit to it, but it scared them so much. They thought they will, and everyone fell back for it and fell for the trick here that they have successfully deployed, and it actually saved them the second point. Just baiting it while having a bomb come in, not having to use, but that doesn't matter too much. A stalemate is fine for the winning team.
yeah, you'd think they could have committed to that because Af was too scared of the gun to actually go for the back cap and return through Big Door, so maybe just not aware, maybe not seeing one of the players thinking, you know what, this is not worth the risk, which, a fair play I guess. Opti does find his way into water, so maybe gonna just try to cringe push this. He is on to live somehow, despite people trying to collapse on him. Beaver finds Crayon as Decker goes down, so it's 1v1 trades so far. Eskimo goes down as well, so no soldiers. You think this is gonna have to be a cancelled push here for Five Guys.
Alright, well, I mean, it's hardly even it was a push, more so than a force attempt. Everyone was just trying to get somehow to the medic while distracting. Will not quite work out, but they decided to just take the exchange in the upper area here instead. No one's getting dropped just yet, though. With Ad really weak, though, he needs to hightail it out of there. Will just about serve that one, and they keep themselves alive. No Uber anymore. Everyone's still stuck on high ground, and Opti hitting the damage in the back and sneaking through lobby to get one at the very least and slow them down and keep them in lobby. This will work out for 5Ks just nicely and stop any push-off from happening.
Yeah, it was the push on the demo man, so it could have been something found of that, but the gun is still up for Beaver and he's just rotating that all around. And with Kern going down, there's not really any imminent danger for either side. It's just going to be a classic last stalemate for the time being. See if any off classes come up, maybe scratch on the sniper.
Well, I mean, the sniper's nice and all, and especially against a team trying to just play as loose and aggressive as they are right now on 5Guys into last to just get spam in, get players in through any means possible, but it doesn't really help you get out too much, and that's really what matters here. They're just stuck against this aggression right now.
Now, Scratch is on the scout, but Crayon is on sniper, so maybe we can try to find something cheeky. This isn't the most favorable last to snipe into, especially with the gun in that position, but you know, it's not going to stop him from trying. He's just find Scratch, so
yeah, he just won
that's
sniper
something,
just
at
to
least.
fall immediately in the hands of Crayon. And I mean, it doesn't matter if the sniper can't do everything, because everyone else can help out as well. Opti on point, people in river, Aspen sneaking through to try to get some help on point, and it will help clean up
There's
the kill
Opti's
for
cringe
Opti.
push! Oh, Opti nearly got the cringe.
That almost worked. Eskimo just spammed with the scout on point to get the kill on the player blocking, and that might have just done it. Barely doesn't. The thing is, the gun was still up. He couldn't like play on the edge of the point to body block people without getting shot by the gun. That is really all that kept this from being an L already for Boomers. They're keeping themselves in this, but they need to find something to get out of here.
Yeah, Scratch finds Crayon, so maybe that's a option for a counter-attack, but the gun goes down super early in this exchange. But it's happening in lobbies, so no really opportunity to push on to last for Five Guys, and just with a one-player disset, they're gonna just forfeit lobby, at least for the time being.
Yeah, but that's not a major loss right now, because it's so easy to get it back, just off the fact that everyone's back alive again. People will sooner or later just give up some space once more. Right now, they're still prodding a bit, but you can already tell they're just slowly but surely falling back. Moment by moment here. The only one really still around is Py-bun with the crits, hoping to surprise somebody, but it's not happening. They're all back on last here, and it's just a matter of being safe about not getting like destroyed in lobby. In the end, Py-bun's crit with a rocket by Deca clean up to plane of Crayon once again out of lobby, but it just doesn't matter at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, this forward hold is an opportunity for the defending team to, even if they do have to fall back, you know, find something cheeky, find a good trap or a good rocket onto a medic, so it's not really any harm or foul for either team here. They actually are trying to work their way through river, but Deca goes down so early. This has to get cancelled. They can't bleed players here. Opti goes down, and that's going to be the extent of the loss for the side team, so no, it's no harm for Beaver actually goes down as well, but his gun's still alive.
That is obviously helpful, but I don't think with 2 down they're too keen to just push just yet themselves on 5Guys. They're just looking to see if they can maybe get the gun early, maybe get something into auto going, but not make it full-blown push. we'll see. For now, no one's really daring for anything in general, just waiting for everyone to spawn back up. And granted, they do have the time for that. They obviously have to worry a little bit about the round timer, but the match timer is obviously just slowly ticking down, and it's all that matters in the lead here. Just slowly work on that.
Yeah, I should mention the match timer as well. The 3 minutes, so it would be in the favor of Boomers to run that down. We would put them back onto a mid-fight, but as the dispenser pick is in, and Deca as well, so maybe a bit more than a dispenser. Gun goes down. Ubers haven't been even exchanged yet, so this is very favorable for Five Guys on this potential push. It's gonna be Crayon just going in, gets absolutely smashed by the crits from Beefern.
That was really late on the bomb by Crayon. I think if that happened a lot sooner, it would have probably been good, but they waited so long to make that happen, and it's kind of a shame they had so much pressure going early. The fact that they waited so long is kind of a shame here. Still, Boomers tried to dare and push out with this. They drop Decker from the Uber though as the exchange starts, and with Scratch going much too aggressive there as well. Otto can't even reach him for the flash anymore. Just stuck by himself and low, and even he won't get out of this one. 3 down for them dreaming to get out of last here. And suddenly they already have to deal with Opti on last guys. Py-bun on top of things, only 2 alive. They're so slow about it on Five Guys, but they have so much time to just get the cap here.
I mean, Spawner's coming in, so could be a save, but they're all just having to feed for the point on Boomers. So it's going to be second round the way of Five Guys. Valiant attempt in the end, but just nothing you can do. That botched push out cost them everything.
Yeah, that was a mild disaster there. Everyone just too far away from the Uber, and Otto couldn't save a single soul, let alone himself, to get alive out of this one. And yeah,
especially because if they just stalemate it out for 2 minutes, they get reset to a mid-fight, so you'd think they want to just play for that, but you know, whatever, it's going to be a first round coming in, third mid, and it's really fast match. Otto not being bullied quite as hard this time, as he will actually be alive to see the mid. But it's 2 for 2 so far, and actually 2 for 3, but Derpin gets collated, so it looks like it's actually going to be a mid the way of Boomers for the first time. Otto still intact.
Yeah, quite. Just getting sniped down by the pipes there to go down all the way back on his own half. Good job by Alex to get that one, because now they have some momentum. They might have lost a round, but if this is a quick one, and the mid-fights keep going like this, they can certainly make their way back from this. There's still plenty of time left. 18 minutes. More than enough to do so for only 2 rounds, but I mean, we're talking a lot into the future right now, because they still need to get into second free, into last well enough as well here. Getting second free is not looking to be the hardest part just yet, though, with all of them mostly just giving this up for free. Eskimo just checking out the situation. Maybe there's a chance to jump anyone. Not seeing the opportunity to do so, they will fall back, and they already have Pyro and Gun up to hold off this Uber push.
Yeah, this is a classic Billy watch last. As far as we didn't actually see that from Boo, with the gun on the right side, Pyro to off the Uber as much as he can. But despite that, actually, Dippy does get the gun pretty early on, so it's not really much momentum found, though, besides that, it's actually just get absolutely wiped.
He already did chase as well, gets the medic.
Wow, that all just went, that went down so fast on the last push, just a wipe nearly instantly.
Yeah, that's the ones they need as well. It's the ones they desperately need. Full Uber to last. You're not gonna get too many of those quickly, at least. And it's just a huge wasted opportunity for them that now Boomers have to deal with on their own behalf as well. This is full ad going to second right now. Maybe not quite into last by the point we get there, but they have to worry about that and maybe slow down things. They maybe get a force in. Certainly already on the case for that one. High bump in by the soldier. Decker's looking for the damage. Only hits a single rocket though. They delayed Collade going to second by so much that there was no danger for him too much. And they will get the second point without too much trouble. And they certainly still have a disadvantage into last.
Yeah, Scratch pretty recently was actually in the mid forward sniper, but just realizing you couldn't really find anything. Just the 3 were straight in through main. Auto not up on it yet, and Scratch goes down very early to Mac. Demo Man as well, so they can just pressure this point all the time, and it's the third round for 5 guys, just off a really effective point pressure.
Yeah, that's just how quick it can go. 3-0 is looking dominating already. Boomers need something quickly, and it didn't start too bad on midfight. Certainly the best one they had so far, but they just need a bit more here. They just need to be able to finish up what's in front of them. Couldn't do so far. Still have enough time to do it, but only half the map left to play. Is still slowly but surely time escaping from them.
So it's just another mid, another. If they're going to start the comeback, it has to start here. And they did clear up their mid game up, I will save that, but Digby goes down really early on, and Af as well, just trading for ALX. it's looking like a very convincing mid the way of Five Guys. Otto's still alive for the time being, but he's cut out. Super late death on the mid. That's a wipe.
Yeah, there you go. Suddenly way back in control for Five Guys again. They just took a mid off basically to just figure things out once more, and they're just back to full form here. Immediately with a mid win into second, probably straight away into last. It's a matter of how much they can stop this on Boomers. So far had some trouble with that. Last one was obviously really clean, putting up what they can onto last year's. Currently the gun being built by Py-bun. It's only level 1 and maybe not much longer as well. Actually, Py-bun lucky to live that, but Mac making sure that he snatched that one down early. They have to reconsider, do we NG, do we scout, do we heavy? Py-bun thinking about every option there, settles with heavy as the push comes in.
Yeah, I mean, you should really listen to the gun when you basically have no time to get set up, but it is super straight, not really found much, only half going down actually in that Uber. Steka, Digby, and Scotch all go down, that's the tail end of it, so no Uber necessary to find the frags, I suppose. Crayon is just in river here for now. We're gonna get on straight in auto, 1, 2, straight on. That's another one for Five Guys.
Yeah, just as we reach half time, they're actually making a 2 match point as well. They can end this one nice and early. I talked about breaking points earlier, and looks like we reached the breaking point just a few minutes ago as we reached the 3-0 round. They kept on holding off the second round for so long, but it just went really quick from there on out, it seems, and looks like Five Guys has got them exactly where they wanted them to be now.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hate to be in that situation, but they're just going to be pushing their side on mid, going to get very fast, very aggressive, just maybe try to find something, find some clips. Digby goes down really early on this mid, Beavern as well, Deka gets cleaned up. It's, you know, maybe just getting to compete for some frag movie clips. Otto goes down, it's just Scratch up in lobby, wondering where his team went.
Yeah, basically full wipe. Scratch taking 1v1 Eskimo will trade that one out. Not quite a full wipe DG spawn, but it's one in spirit. So Five Guys in prime position to clean up another round here. Will be doing it with 5 if they want to push early though, which could maybe help out the defense a little bit here, but the question is if that is enough.
Beaver just straight in on the goal. He nearly actually found him.
I guess with this goal line you can't afford to have respect anymore, you just need to get results immediately.
Yeah, you know, maybe just saying, you know what, if this works, it's a frag movie clip. But super straight in for Af, just running all the way onto the point. Sticks are not cleared actually. Alex does find the trap, so no cap pressure just yet for the side of Five Guys. And they're all actually going down on this last push, so it's only Eskimo finding Beaver towards the tail end of that, and Mac and Collade will just have to get out, delaying this victory just a little longer.
Yeah, push-out starting to happen, but they don't have much alive themselves here. They're trying to prod forward. 4 people currently on their way to second, 5th one just now spawning, 6th one on the way slowly but surely. Everyone's quite shortly getting together here for the red team, and it looks like Five Guys is content with that happening. They're letting them take this point right now. They know they have disadvantage as well here sitting on mid, so they will sit back, try to get some spam in, try to see if Opti can get a side lane, but from down there he's not going to get a medic, but they're actually coming his way from the lower area. Tries to get a quick snipe, it's only a body shot, but with some more spam, that's enough.
Yeah, Soldier onto auto managed to get the force, so Collide gonna have this full Uber ad, but to try and repush into mid, they're just gonna do it straight in through choke. Auto goes down really early to stickies from Mac, but still low health. Digby as well, so this is an absolute crumble coming out of this Uber exchange. Beavern as well. Oh, this is gonna be second the way of Five Guys, and another last push.
Most likely any moment here, Opti chasing down the last survivor of this fight. Decker cleaned up top, and that is not much standing in the way of capping second, which means, like he said, this will go into last very shortly. However, maybe actually not quite. They can't get ahead of themselves here. They don't have the Uber just yet as well. They might have advantage, but they might just wait a second here, take their time, and that's good obviously still for the side of the defending team here. They get a little bit of time to set up something, get people into better positions. Demoman already behind point. Py-bun building his gun, it's getting spammed heavily though, and can't really keep that one up too well against the damage as he was throwing forward.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to take this dry fight if you do have the Uber advantage. It's only about 20%, so very kiteable for Otto. They're just gonna try to work their way in before they even get it. Almost dropped like 2 players in that, but yeah, Otto is just out to spawn. 96% now, and sticks are on the point, so they can't be played quite yet. Deca Scrap go down in that Uber though. It's only half and Eskimo falling, but the Uber's popped out on the point for Otto. Sticks all around him, has to watch his...
Alright, one last desperate attempt on this last push here for 5 kills to sneak away with this, but there's just not enough up. Crayon and Mag trying to get some damage. Crayon going down early. Mag might get out with this barely. If the scout saw him mid-air, he probably would have been taken down with 4 damage. Will get out in time. They kept Khalid alive in this, which is worth a little bit here, but Auto similarly so getting out of this one again. So it's more or less even. Slight ad for Auto doesn't matter too much. At least they get second here. 10 minutes left. Comeback obviously technically possible, but it is a pace they need to play right now that is just not realistic.
Yeah, Uppy is also up on that sniper. Just gonna try to make something work in big door here. This is a really sniper-friendly second, so wouldn't be surprised to see something come out, but none of the boomers really peeking him. They're basically out. They're just holding really passively up top despite this being even Ubers. A little questionable maybe, but just maybe they fear. I don't know.
Yeah, looks like that will slow things down enough to get back to an even Uber stalemate. Both teams settling with what they have at hand here right now, but obviously with the second point cap right now, nothing much in the reason of not at least trying to get around on the board here, at least trying to get the force going, something of the likes. They're all squaring up on River just to get position forward, get the damage in, get Av in this case towards point, while Oply's dying, while Eskimo's dying. Things are falling apart at the second point. Players going down, and that's actually just enough.
Oh, it's such a cringe push to secure the 5-0-4-5, guys. It was hard towards the end. They lost quite a few last pushes, but did manage to make it work eventually. No capitulations coming out, so will be the 6 points all the way of Five Guys, getting a big win to secure their second place position.
We'll see what happens. Div 1 playoffs not quite set in stone yet. Alright, and with that, I think we're good to go for tonight. There's a lot of games in ETF2L, so stay tuned for what's being covered where, and we'll see you guys next time on Kritzcast.
Hi-oh, Beaver! Away!